my phone, my camera is balanced very precariously, so I have to be very careful as I do this, but I can get it done. So this week is week 13. No, the weeks don't matter anymore. The numbers are arbitrary. Nothing matters. At least in terms of time. But yeah, so I just uploaded honorary week 12. And honorary week 12 is basically like, it just had to get done at some point. So, this is the real week that I'm on. I'm on week 13. It's my second to last week in my first semester of my gap year, so I'm almost halfway done. And it's another open topic, which is why it's another video. Anytime it's an open topic, I make a video, just because I really like making videos. So, let's get started, shall we? The last time that we were here, we talked about mortality. Mortality is not a fun topic, so we won't talk about it this time, because it was mainly just sad, and it mainly just made me sad, but I thought it was important, because it was the thing that was, like, lingering over my head, and I kind of felt like it was the thing that got me going to the things I'm doing now, and kind of motivated me to continue moving forward. So, you know, the fear of death will definitely get you going. So this week, the topic that I chose was, it's only a matter of time. What is a legacy? Both of those are Hamilton references, because I am a theater kid, and even though Hamilton fell off the path, and is now considered cringy by some people, I still love it, and I still know all the songs. They were ingrained in my head when I was 15, and they were ingrained in my head at 18, so here we are. Basically, legacy, like, I want to talk about how I want the things that I want to do as an adult, how I want them to impact the world. So I read something today that was really insightful, and it basically said, we need to stop asking kids what they want to be when they grow up. And that seems like super, I don't know, arbitrary? Or not arbitrary. It seems, arbitrary is not the right word. It seems strange. It seems almost like you're depriving a child of something, because everyone remembers the first time that they were asked, like, what they wanted to be when they grew up. Everyone remembers that, and everyone remembers what they used to want to be. But most of the time, people don't end up being that. And that's not necessarily a negative thing. But the reasoning in this article as to why we should stop asking kids what they want to be when they grow up is because a lot of jobs are going to be taken over by automation, and therefore there won't be that job. Like, that just won't exist. There will be millions of jobs that will be created because of how society progresses, whether in a positive or negative way, like, and that can't be predicted. So why are we still forcing children to, like, plan ahead from such an early age, like elementary school age? Why are we making them think about that? And I really liked it because it resonated with the fears that I personally have about my future and my job security as an adult, and what it means to be, like, a young adult in a society where right now it's all Zoom calls, and it's all Zoom calls and then quote-unquote essential workers, which really means people who are underpaid and undervalued are going out and risking their lives. Like, I don't like those job prospects. And I know that there will be baby boomers on the internet in here talking about, like, the fact that I'm whiny and picky and I never had to want for anything in my life. And I mean, yeah, I didn't, but isn't the point of progressing society to make the next generation's life easier? I don't think you should applaud yourself for having created a terrible housing market for people like me who will never be able to afford a home. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little too radical. I don't know. But thinking about that and thinking about the repercussions that the actions of arguably only a few people in one generation can have all throughout the rest of history, and through how things progress for other people, is insane. I mean, it's amazing the power that an individual can hold, but at the same time, it's kind of scary. And so it's been making me think about what I want my legacy to be. Mainly because legacy is kind of just a happier way of talking about what you want to be remembered as after you die. And I think that for my legacy, I want to be remembered as a good person. I want to be a good person. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional for some reason. And I'm still a little sick, so, like, my voice is still coming and going, but I want to be a good person. I want to be so good of a person that it inspires others to be good people. Like, I want to be that person where I'm so comfortably myself that everyone else is so comfortable being themselves around me. I want that. I want that so desperately, and I know that that can be achieved now, and it's not really a legacy thing, but that's what I want people to think of me as. In terms of, like, a legacy and a career, I want to be an innovator. And I don't mean an innovator like a Steve Jobs type innovator where it was like, we invented this major product and now it's going to be just barely changed every couple of years to call it innovation. I mean, like, I want what I do to be looked at as the pinnacle of, or the turning point of something. I don't know what, but I want it to be something. I want to be so uniquely myself that people can't define what I am or what I do, especially in terms of art, because if I'm making things that make me happy, it's going to be things that don't already exist. I want to be a trailblazer. I want to be going where other people haven't. I want to be working with everyone and talking with everyone. I want to be the biggest social butterfly, and I want to make life better for people. I want to inspire others to do the same thing. To be so uniquely themselves and to follow their dreams with such passion that no one can tell them no. I want to be like the type of person that I needed when I was younger, and that's what it was. And, oh no, I'm actually, I know you can't see what I'm looking at off screen, but I have a post-it note attached to my monitor right now. And it's 5 songs, 5 songs that I am going to be doing covers for, because basically I've talked about doing covers for so long, but I've never really done it, and I kind of should. I didn't have access to a lot of equipment to make music. Like, I didn't have the computer editing skills, I didn't have the mics, I didn't have the software, I didn't have anything. And so it was always really hard. Like, I would always try, and I would always get in these moods where for a couple of weeks that would be like the thing I was devoted to, and then I would just stop, because it was safer to focus more on school, because then, like, I don't know, school just seems like, because it's so structured and because it's so institutionalized, it seems safe to follow that. And I know that I can be happy in medicine or science. I know that. But I know it's never going to be, like, the thing that I want. Not 100%, anyway. I'll always know there was something missing. And I don't know, it'll always just be kind of weird if my life isn't built around, like, making things like this. And maybe when I'm older, maybe I will want a more relaxed lifestyle. I don't know, because I can't predict who I'm gonna be when I'm 20 or 30. I'm only 18. Like, I don't know a lot, but I don't know. I want to believe that I'll still have this fire and this passion that I do right now. And in some ways, I do think that I will. I just don't know how long it's gonna last. And not only, like, when am I gonna make it big? Won't that have a determinant on how people view me and how successful I am in comparison to other people? Like, I don't know. I don't try to compare myself to people, but I do it anyway. And but it always makes me so, like, sad in a weird way. Like, when I see other people with YouTube channels that basically make the same stuff I do, and they have thousands of subs, and I have 30. I did get 30. I'm up to 30 now, so that's more than 0. That's 30 more than 0. But it's still, I don't know, like, these people can live off of what they do. They make thousands of dollars per video, and I can't. Can't do that, but I can try. I'm gonna keep trying. And my content is, like, genuinely good now that I know how to edit video well. And that I, like, find cute piano things to put in the background, and I make things that make me happy, and I don't know, I think it's really nice. It's really nice to just be happy because I made something. Even just uploading these little vlogs, like, it still makes me really happy just to have content. Like, I can look at my YouTube channel and go, wow, there's content. Like, oh, wow. It makes me feel more legitimized. not just legitimized, but like makes me feel like I'm a step closer, you know? So yeah, I've got a list of 5 songs I'm gonna cover. They all should be pretty easy. I know one of them I'm translating from Korean to English, so that'll be harder. But one of them's like a more of a rap song, but it's really good and nice in my range. There's 2 that I'm translating from Korean. And then the other 2 are English, but they're songs that I love and adore, so I'll just be able to bust them out real quick. And it's really to get myself into the process of like making these things, but I'm also picking things that are topical enough to like people can see what I'm doing and expect more of it if they like it. I mean, if they don't like it, then they don't need to watch it. But in terms of legacy, it's like I want to be someone like David Bowie or Freddie Mercury. I've looked up to them for so long. Freddie Mercury was always, like, I know so many people idolize Freddie Mercury, and I get it, and he wasn't necessarily the best person for a lot of reasons, but, like, he was always so important to me, because when I was 9 years old, I watched a documentary on Freddie Mercury, and basically it talked about his struggle with AIDS and HIV, and it didn't really explain it well, but it talked about it being an autoimmune disease. And even though he had this autoimmune disease, he was still making music, and he was still this like champion for people. And he was bisexual, however that was heavily erased, and he is seen as a gay icon, but he's a bisexual icon, and we all know that. Bisexual erasure is very common in media and in history, but whatever. So being so young and seeing someone so much like myself, like seeing someone who wanted to pursue music and who was told so many reasons why they couldn't because of how they looked or how they sounded or how they were, how they dressed, how they existed, and then fighting against your own body trying to kill you. I didn't know much about HIV and AIDS, but I knew that Freddie Mercury had an autoimmune disease like I did. And I saw that and I said that is what I want to be. I want to be able to sing and dance for thousands upon thousands of people and make music and be this artist that I always thought I was going to be. And maybe it'll happen. I'm pretty sure. I'm hopeful. Here's the thing. Sometimes I get so comfortable in my dreams that like they don't even really feel like dreams. They just feel like things that are going to happen, like a checklist. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but let me explain. Like, I've always wanted to go to New York since I was a year old. And I haven't gotten to New York yet, but I'm not worried about it. Like, I've been dreaming about it for so long that I know I'll do anything to make it happen. So why is this any different? Like, I wanted to see Fall Out Boy. Because oh my god, I love Fall Out Boy. I want to see Fall Out Boy so desperately the 2 times that they showed up in the 2 states I lived in. And both times I got into the shows for free. Like, I'm not saying that I'm good luck, but I'm pretty lucky. I wanted to meet my favorite rapper so badly that I thought about it and talked about it every single day up until a concert, and then I ended up running into him at the end of the show. I don't know, things just tend to work out for me. Maybe I'm just lucky. And maybe, I don't know, if music's not meant for me, and this is just like a temporary want, temporary desire, which I don't think it is, because it would have been temporary for my whole life, but if it is temporary, I think that I'll figure out my way, like how I figured out everything else, just dumb luck. I mean, even the gap year is dumb luck, because I saw that you could pay to get 9 college credits out of the way, and I was like, what? I can't go to college, but I can do this gap year at home. Woo. I don't know. I think things will work out. So, thank you very much for watching. If you're one of my advisors who's grading this, thank you for giving me college credit. And if you're one of my friends who's just checking up on me, thank you for that too. I've been posting a lot, so if you are watching, I very much appreciate it. And you should tell me that you're watching, like send me a message or something so that I know who to thank personally for when I rise to fame on YouTube. Yeah, well, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.